Yeah, all blood, nigga.
The internet didn't just break today, it collapsed like a cheap folding chair at a family barbecue. Because Chrisean Rock just had a meltdown so explosive, NASA probably picked it up on their satellite sensors. The moment accusations dropped claiming she lied about her gang ties, oh, the timeline didn't walk. It sprinted. You could practically hear the collective gasp of drama-hungry viewers. Who knew this was about to get uglier than Blueface's last mixtape cover? This wasn't beef. This wasn't petty shade. This was a full-blown identity crisis unraveling live in front of millions like a reality show on double-speed daw and in true Chrisean fashion. She didn't take the accusations quietly, oh no. She detonated. She stormed online with the chaotic energy of someone who skipped breakfast, skipped logic, and went straight to emotional warfare. Her voice cracked. Her hands flew everywhere. Her Wi-Fi trembled like it knew it wasn't ready for this level of stress. It was a meltdown so unpredictable that the Kardashians themselves reportedly sighed with relief. Thankful someone else stole the spotlight of dysfunction, but what really set the internet on fire wasn't her yelling, it was the fear behind it. Because when someone gets this defensive, this fast, this loud, it makes people wonder what's really hiding in the shadows. And today we're exposing every secret, every rumor, and every unhinged reaction behind Chrisean Rock's gang ties meltdown. It all started with a tiny spark, one blogger, one tweet, one reckless accusation claiming Chrisean Rock wasn't just connected, but had been fabricating entire stories about her gang affiliations. At first, people didn't take it seriously. It looked like the typical internet noise made by someone farming likes at 3 a.m. with zero proof and maximum delusion. But the moment screenshots began circulating, screenshots that looked convincing even if they probably came from someone's cousin's Android, the narrative shifted. Suddenly, the drama felt real, the stakes felt high, and Chrisean's past became the internet's new favorite crime scene. That's when the wildfire lit up. The background to this scandal goes deeper than people expected. For years, Chrisean had hinted subtly, aggressively, or somewhere in the middle, that she had roots, respect, and backing from people you shouldn't cross. She used phrases like, my people, my folks, and don't forget where I'm from, fueling the fan theory that she had serious connections. But the problem with vague bragging online? It ages like spoiled milk the moment someone challenges it. And this time, the challenge came with alleged receipts. Suddenly, her tough girl reputation started shaking like a dollar store table in an earthquake. Her brand wasn't built on music. It was built on chaos, loyalty, and street credibility, and now that credibility was being ripped apart in real time. The first wave of reactions hit like a tsunami. Twitter turned into a battleground full of people shouting, I knew she was lying. And others screaming, STFU, you don't know her life. For once, both sides had valid points. Chrisean is unpredictable enough that anything could be true. And she's chaotic enough that everything could be a lie. Fans tried defending her with old clips, random quotes, and nostalgic loyalty, but the accusations were too juicy. The internet smells weakness the way sharks smell blood, and right now, Chrisean was bleeding digital confusion everywhere. Things exploded when a supposed OG from her hometown chimed in. He claimed Chrisean exaggerated her history, calling her a runner, not a shot caller. Those few words hit the timeline harder than any diss track she's ever dropped. The shady tone, the familiarity, the confidence, people believed him instantly because he sounded like someone who ate credibility for breakfast. The internet didn't wait for verification. They crowned him the new authority of Chrisean's past, and ran wild with his statement like it came straight from the FBI. It was messy. It was reckless. It was deeply entertaining. Chrisean caught wind of all this while scrolling, because of course she did, and that's when the meltdown began. She went live with the emotional explosiveness of a volcano that forgot to stretch before erupting. She yelled, cried, denied, and threatened all in the same sentence. Her words tripped over each other like they were trying to escape the chaos pouring out of her mouth. She insisted she never lied, that people were twisting her background, and that she wasn't going to let random strangers rewrite her history. But her voice shook. Her eyes darted. Her energy wasn't angry, it was panicked. And the internet noticed. While she ranted, the comment section became a digital riot. Supporters spammed hearts and encouragement, Haters typed essays calling her delusional. Trolls dropped popcorn emojis. But what stood out the most were the fans saying she looked scared. Scared of what? Scared of who? Scared of the truth being exposed? Those comments hit the algorithm so hard they started trending beneath her video. Viewers slowed down the footage like it was the Zapruder film, analyzing every blink, stutter, and elbow twitch. At this point, Chrisean's face wasn't just a face, it was evidence. The controversy didn't stop at rumors. Another alleged childhood acquaintance came forward, claiming Chrisean was never built like that and that she used the gang narrative for clout. He said she hung around, not belonged. That line sent the internet into cardiac arrest. Being accused of lying is one thing, but being labeled a hanger-on is social media death. People trust authenticity more than talent these days. If you fake struggle, you're doomed. If you fake toughness, you're finished. And if you fake gang ties? Oh, your career might as well start digging its own grave. Blogs took the story and ran with it, like they were competing in the Rumor Olympics. Headlines popped up reading, "Insiders reveal Chrisean's gang claims were fabricated, and was Chrisean just acting hard?" YouTube drama channels produced 10 videos each, complete with red arrows, circles, and dramatic music stolen from free editing websites. It wasn't journalism, it was digital witchcraft summoning chaos with every upload. But viewers didn't care. They clicked, watched, argued, and refreshed. The scandal had officially reached maximum viral velocity. Crease. Jenner could not have orchestrated a more perfectly timed disaster. As Chrisean spiraled, Blueface made petty comments that fanned the flames. He didn't confirm or deny anything, he just emoji reacted like a man enjoying the show from a VIP balcony. His silence, smirks, and questionable timing made people wonder whether he knew something. Some fans believed he had been waiting for this day, ready to let the world roast her. Others said he was staying quiet out of guilt for starting the accusations years earlier. But one thing was clear, Blueface was not rushing to save her. Meanwhile, Chrisean tried doubling down with even more stories from her past. She claimed she had receipts, she had proof, she had witnesses who knew the real her. But instead of calming people, it made everything worse. Her desperation came through, her anger cracked again, and her tone jumped straight into chaos mode. The more she defended herself, the more the internet assumed she was lying. It's the cruel reality of viral scandals, your truth doesn't matter once people decide your panic looks suspicious. Things took a darker turn when her hometown, locals began arguing among themselves. Some said she was respected, others said she was known for stirring trouble but not being deep in the life. A few even claimed she had family ties but not personal involvement. Suddenly, the debate wasn't just about her, it was about community loyalty, street politics, and credibility in ways social media was never qualified to judge. But the platforms didn't stop. They poured gasoline on the argument, turning comment sections into street forums where nobody present actually knew the real story. And in the middle of this hurricane, Chrisean's meltdown reached its peak. She screamed that people were trying to ruin her name. She claimed everybody got secrets. She insisted she was being targeted because she was famous now. But her breakdown didn't stop the accusations, it multiplied them. Viewers clipped her live, reposted it, slowed it down, added dramatic music, and used it as proof she was cracking under pressure. She wasn't just melting down, she was melting down publicly, in HD, with Wi-Fi that refused to buffer fast enough to save her dignity. The moment Chrisean's meltdown hit the algorithm, the celebrity world reacted like someone pulled a fire alarm in a crowded stadium. Rap pages lit up like Times Square. Influencers sharpened their microphones. Even rappers who couldn't spell credibility suddenly became experts in gang hierarchy. The memes came so fast that you couldn't even blink without a new one ambushing your timeline. Someone edited Chrisean onto a GTA-style lying about gang ties wanted poster. Another stitched her meltdown into a courtroom clip with Judge Mathis yelling, "You're the problem." It was savage, hilarious, and absolutely lethal to her reputation. But the real escalation began when Hollywood names chimed in. Tamar Braxton tweeted 8 words, "Baby, this ain't looking good at all," and those 8 words got more engagement than half of Chrisean's music career. Cardi B liked a shady post about fake tough girls, which fans immediately connected to the scandal whether she meant it or not. Blueface's reaction was the worst of all. He posted a smirking selfie with the caption, "Told y'all she be cappin'." That alone sent the internet into cardiac arrest. People assumed he had confirmation she lied. Others blamed him for throwing gasoline on her breakdown. Either way, he played the villain perfectly. As the reactions multiplied, the accusations took on a life of their own. TikTok detectives who earned their degrees from the University of Jumping to Conclusions started analyzing her old interviews, claiming they spotted contradictions. Reddit threads built entire timelines comparing her past statements to public records, neighborhood maps, and witness testimonies from people who may or may not exist. The internet didn't need evidence, they just needed vibes. And the vibe was screaming, guilty until proven interesting. This was hysteria dressed as research, and people couldn't look away. Meanwhile, Chrisean's meltdown reached meme immortality. A clip of her yelling, "Stop playing with me," became the new sound of TikTok edits used for everything from dog videos to relationship jokes. Her emotional collapse wasn't just a moment, it became a soundtrack. People mocked her hand gestures, her cracked voice, her pacing, her hair, her Wi-Fi, her breathing. Nothing was spared. The internet doesn't know how to be gentle. It only knows how to trend. And Chrisean was trending harder than Beyoncé tickets. But the plot thickened when a well-known battle rapper chimed in during an Instagram live. He claimed he knew people from her area and said they'd never validate her claims. He didn't drop names or specifics, but he didn't need to. The tone alone sounded like he was opening sacred archives. People believed him instantly, purely because he delivered his statement like a disappointed uncle. Within minutes, 4 major hip-hop blogs posted clips titled, "Battle Rapper Exposes Chrisean's Fake Street Life." It didn't matter if he was telling the truth. The internet crowned him the jury. Chrisean tried responding again, this time calmer, but calm Chrisean didn't help her case. People said she looked nervous. They said she sounded rehearsed. One commenter wrote, "This is the voice of someone caught in 4K, and it went viral." Fans clipped her exhale, saying it was the sigh of a liar. Others slowed down her blinking rate, claiming she blinked too much to be innocent. Humans blink 900 times an hour, but apparently if you're Chrisean, it's evidence. Social media isn't logical, it's petty with high-resolution zoom. Even YouTubers who don't cover rap drama jumped into the mess. Commentary channels with anime profile pictures uploaded videos titled "The Truth About Chrisean." Rock's alleged gang lies, my opinion. Their opinions were based on screenshots from accounts with usernames like @CritBaby1998 and @BAWellTIMMORETRU, clearly trustworthy sources. But viewers didn't care. People love drama more than they love accuracy. And when the storyline hits the perfect blend of messy, shocking, and hilarious, truth becomes optional entertainment seasoning. Then came the ultimate twist. Someone leaked an old clip of Blueface joking about Chrisean wanting to be harder than she actually is. The clip circulated with captions like, "He been new," and quote, "toughness exposed." It didn't matter that Blueface jokes about literally everything. In that moment, his sarcasm became alleged confirmation. Chrisean's meltdown wasn't happening in isolation anymore, it was part of a bigger narrative people were stitching together like they were writing a Netflix crime series. The next twist was even wilder. A supposed set member released a voice note saying Chrisean was never in the field. The voice note was grainy, muffled, and sounded like it was recorded inside a microwave, but the internet treated it like a presidential address. People reposted it with dramatic captions, adding scary background music like they were reporting on the cartel. The voice claimed she was a friend of a friend, but not in the life. That one phrase sent social media into a frenzy. Screenshots, debates, memes, it was digital chaos at a professional level. As the scandal grew, Chrisean broke down again on love. She didn't yell this time, she cried. She said she was tired of people disrespecting her background, tired of being doubted, tired of Blueface using her name for jokes. But the comment section didn't care about emotions. Trolls typed, "Cry harder." Supporters begged her to log off. And the neutral crowd just said, "This is giving guilty." It was a lose-lose situation. No matter what she said, the internet twisted it into evidence. She wasn't defending herself, she was feeding the scandal. Even celebrities who usually avoid messy drama started quietly liking shady posts. Saudi liked one about people who pretend to be street YG posted a cryptic quote about real ones move in silence. And Meek Mill tweeted something so vague. Not everyone from the hood got stripes that people automatically assumed it was aimed at her. It probably wasn't, but Chrisean's name was trending, so everything felt connected. When you're in scandal mode, the world suddenly becomes a constellation of subliminals, and as all these reactions poured in, the narrative hardened. Chrisean Rock lied about her gang ties. Whether true or false didn't matter anymore. The internet decided. And once the internet decides, reality becomes irrelevant. Screenshots become facts. Rumors become evidence. TikTok edits become documentaries. Her meltdown wasn't seen as frustration, it was perceived as guilt in motion. As the dust started settling, but only barely, the aftermath hit Chrisean like a freight train, carrying every bad decision she ever live-streamed. Her reputation took a nosedive so dramatic it deserved a stunt double. Brands quietly backed away. PR teams whispered, "Not this week." Even blogs that usually protected her for engagement suddenly switched to neutral mode like they didn't know her. Being accused of lying about gang ties wasn't just embarrassing, it cut straight into the persona she built, the toughness she flexed, the street-coded energy her fans admired. And once that armor cracks, the internet smells insecurity like perfume. Meanwhile, the public perception of her changed at light speed. She wasn't wild Chrisean anymore, she became the girl who lied. Every tweet she posted, every video she uploaded, every clip that resurfaced suddenly got reinterpreted through the lens of fake tough. People were making side-by-side edits comparing her old statements to new accusations, calling her the Jussie Smollett of gang culture, which is objectively insane but painfully on brand for the internet's level of cruelty. She wasn't battling haters now, she was battling a reputation revision. And once a public image starts rewriting itself, you're in for a long, humiliating ride. The worst part? Her closest circle wasn't helping. Blueface, instead of clearing her name, added gasoline to the fire by posting cryptic laughing emojis. Fans accused him of setting her up. Others said he held the missing puzzle pieces and enjoyed watching her drown. Even people who hated Chrisean admitted that Blueface's timing was suspiciously petty. Suddenly, he wasn't just her ex, he became a potential accomplice in the rumor explosion. Their toxic history, already legendary, looked even darker now that people suspected he planted seeds years ago that finally sprouted into today's disaster. Chrisean tried fighting back, but every attempt backfired. She promised proof. She promised witnesses. She promised the real story. But promises without receipts don't survive the digital jungle. The internet wanted screenshots, names, timestamps, audio clips, anything concrete. When she didn't provide them instantly, the crowd turned brutal. People wrote, "She ain't posting proof because she ain't got none." Others asked why nobody from her alleged set had spoken out in her defense. Her silence wasn't strategic, it was interpreted as surrender. And on social media, silence is the loudest confession. The emotional toll became painfully visible. She looked exhausted in every clip, her voice cracking like a broken instrument. Instead of fiery comeback, she had shaky explanations. Instead of aggression, she had desperation. Her entire aura shifted from unbothered queen to cornered civilian. Even fans who supported her admitted she wasn't built for prolonged scandals. She thrived in short bursts of chaos, but this was a multi-chapter storyline dragging her through emotional mud she couldn't climb out of. The meltdown wasn't a moment anymore, it was a marathon, and the internet? Oh, they spun consequences out like cotton candy. Suddenly, people used her scandal as a cautionary tale for influencers. Don't lie about the streets unless you're prepared to meet them. Others compared her downfall to old-school rap beef exposes, saying she got industry checked. It didn't matter whether the accusations were true, what mattered was how convincingly the internet framed them. And right now, they framed her as someone who fabricated toughness for clout. That label sticks harder than truth ever could. The scandal didn't just affect her fans, it affected her opportunities. Concert promoters quietly stepped back, worried about bad optics. Collaboration offers slowed. Even drama center networks like Zeus hesitated because they prefer chaos, not credibility crises that bleed into legal territory. The word liar is easy to meme, but it's hard to monetize. Chrisean found herself trapped in silent cancellations, no formal statements, just doors closing behind her with soft, deadly efficiency. And she knew it. You could see it in her eyes. Then came the community fallout. People from Baltimore started arguing publicly. Some defended her, saying she was misunderstood and trying to survive in a tough world. Others insisted she exaggerated her affiliation and should have stayed humble. Longtime locals felt embarrassed that she represented them while allegedly lying about street history. TikTok stitched videos of Baltimore residents debating her like a city council meeting that lost control. City council meeting that lost control. Her hometown wasn't just in the story, they became part of the investigation. And that added a new layer of shame. Every scandal needs its conspiracy theory, and this one didn't disappoint. A popular blogger claimed Blueface intentionally leaked information to crumble her credibility so she wouldn't embarrass him in future interviews. Another theory said a rival influencer started the rumor because Chrisean stole their brand deals. One person even claimed her fake gang ties were set up by industry executives who wanted to weaken her influence. Logic exited the chat. Drama took the wheel. The only certainty was that everyone believed something, just never the same thing. Finally, after days of intensity, Chrisean attempted one last redemption move. She posted a long emotional statement, claiming she never lied but that people misinterpreted her experiences. She didn't deny being around gang members. She didn't deny knowing people. But she danced around the full truth with the grace of someone trying not to incriminate herself. The problem? People don't want nuance, they want confession or vindication. Her carefully phrased explanation satisfied nobody. Critics said it sounded scripted. Supporters said it wasn't enough. And neutral viewers just laughed. Her public persona shifted permanently. She wasn't feared, respected, or praised, she was doubted. And once doubt replaces admiration, the damage sticks like glue. Her meltdown became the face of the scandal. Her defensiveness became the highlight. Her emotional collapse became a meme. She was no longer the tough girl with loud energy, she was the girl caught in a credibility collapse she couldn't outrun. And behind every joke, every edit, every viral clip, there was one truth she couldn't escape. The scandal had reshaped her identity in the eyes of millions. And if you made it all the way through this digital demolition derby, congratulations, you officially have stronger emotional stamina than Chrisean's Wi-Fi. Her nerves and her disappearing street credibility combined. Because what we just witnessed wasn't a normal scandal. This was a full-scale identity earthquake, a meltdown of mythological proportions. A public unraveling so dramatic even Zeus Network looked at it and said, yeah, that's a little too much. From accusations to tears to celebrity shade raining from the sky. This saga had everything except peace, clarity, and common sense. So before the next chaotic explosion drops, because trust me, Chrisean doesn't stay out of the headlines longer than Blueface stays loyal. Make sure you smash that like button like you're slapping lies out of a fake resume. Hit subscribe the same way the internet hit rewind on her meltdown clip. And turn on notifications like your life depends on it, because around here at Trend Tattle, the drama doesn't trickle in. It stampedes through the door with no warning, no manners, and no chill whatsoever. Drop a comment below telling me your take. Do you think Chrisean really lied? Was she exposed? Was this a misunderstanding? Or is the internet just bored and hungry for chaos like usual? I want theories, conspiracies, emotional hot takes. Give me the messy energy that fuels scandals. And if you've got insider tea, anonymous claims, or pure delusional opinions, go ahead and spill those too. This is a judgment-free disaster zone, because this is Trend Tattle, where your favorite celebrities get dragged, exposed, analyzed, exaggerated, and meme my feed whether they like it or not. Stay